Local support for News 6 has been provided by the Northwest Ohio Educational Technology Foundation, Bowling Green State University, and the members of WBGU-TV.
Hi! We're the 6th grade class from Northwood Middle School, home of the Rangers. Welcome to News 6!
Hi, I'm Adam Murphy from Northwood Middle School. Welcome to News 6. With today's first story, here's Josh Roach.
News 6 recently visited antique enthusiast Deborah O'Neill, who now lives in what used to be the oldest schoolhouse in Northwood. Here's Mike Peabody with the story.
This may look like your normal everyday home, but for the O'Neills, it has a very educational past.
Could you tell us a little bit about the schoolhouse?
Well, it was an Indian reservation before it was a schoolhouse. The Rossford Township Board of Education bought it in 1868, and they built the schoolhouse, and the first day of school opened in 1869. Indian children and white came to the school. The last day of school was in 1920. It was named Beech Grove School because of all the beech trees in the yard.
Why did you buy the schoolhouse?
I've loved it ever since I was a little girl. Every time I drove by it, I loved the house. I love history and anything that's old. I have a great love for antiques and old things.
Do you have any of the original artifacts?
The water pump that they used is still outside. The school bell, I have the original school bell. The kitchen cupboards used to be supply cabinets, and they were refinished and put in the kitchen. All the bookcases are original. The chalkboard is in my daughter's bedroom underneath her wallpaper. She's got Indian writing on the walls. The potbelly stove in the kitchen heated the one-room schoolhouse. We found an arrowhead in the yard. I have all the original deeds from when the house sold as land and for the schoolhouse, and I have books, the first math book, their spelling book, and reading book.
What do you plan to do with the house?
I want to put the school bell up on the roof in a cupola the way it used to be, but as far as remodeling, I won't change anything. I want to keep it all original if I can.
Today's News 6 is produced by the 6th grade class of Northwood Middle School. The school is located in Northwood, which is about 5 miles southeast of Toledo. Northwood was founded in 1961 and has a population of about 6,000.
Our next story will take you for a walk in the newly opened Nature Trails Park in Northwood. Tim Toflinski brings you the story from deep in the woods.
For some, it's a nature trail. For others, it's an Indian trail. But for the residents of Northwood, it's just a simple way to get away from it all. Why did you decide to build a nature trail?
We wanted something in the eastern part of the city more of a passive or naturalist nature. And what this really does is give people a chance to see nature in action. That's why we really decided to build it.
Is there anything special about this nature trail?
This is a replica of what used to be called the Black Swamp in northwestern Ohio many hundreds of years ago. The front area of the woods here is a real replica of what a forest and a swamp used to look like. And when you get beyond the woods, what happens is you have a meadow. After you get around the meadow along the eastern boundary of the park, you have a natural prairie. So we have 3 different types of wetlands and woods in this one area.
What do you hope to add to the park in the future?
Well, we have some pretty ambitious plans out here. The first thing the city is going to be doing in the next year is planting another 300 to 400 new trees. We're also thinking very seriously, and the plans are on the drawing board, to put a picnic area across the creek on the far end with possibly a covered or a regular bridge connecting the trail with that picnic area. That would be very nice, of course. We also want to get some more tall grasses in the back of the park, possibly 6 feet high, and what that would do would be for pheasants, releasing baby pheasants back in that area.
Remember that something you saw in the mall that you wanted but couldn't get? Today's Kids View question asked the 6th graders what is the one thing that they would most like to buy. Here's what we found out.
Hi, Hi, I'm Jill Hartman, reporting for Kids View. Today's question is, if you could buy anything from the mall, what would it be and why?
If I could buy anything at the mall, I would buy a new mountain bike, because I've always wanted a mountain bike.
If I could buy anything at the mall, I'd buy a new pair of pumps because I need a pair of shoes.
If I could buy anything in the mall, I would buy a leaf blower so I didn't have to rake all the leaves that are in my yard.
Do you ever feel that there's just not enough time in your day? News 6 has recently visited the PMB and Clocks and Novelty Shop, where they never run out of time. Here's John Westergaard with the story.
When I do my coding.
Time never stops at P&B's Clocks and Novelties. What exactly do you make?
John, I make a variety of things. I've got some battery-operated clocks. I've got the fly swatter holders. I make a little welcome bear, some dowel benches, some shells, pencil holders, things like that.
Can you tell us what makes your clock special?
I make different varieties on Elvis Presley and John Wayne. I've got family portraits. I've made different animal clocks, like the pig and the rabbit and the cat. I'm making one right now that for a lady for her kitchen, which consists of wallpaper.
How do you go about making clocks?
Well, I take a 1x10 board, cut it down to an 8x10. In the same token, I route the edges down on it, sand it by hand, and then I take a drill bit I've got to cut the back where the motor sits, drill a hole in it, and then I take and I burn the edges and put a clear coat of varnish on them. That's to keep the bubbles from rising out of the wood when I put the coating on. And then the next process you got to do is you got to put the picture on it, and that sets overnight to dry. And then the next process after that would be to put the numbers on and get it ready to put the coating on. The coating process takes about 3 to 5 minutes per clock.
Which one of your creations are you most proud of?
John, I've got the new one I'm doing right now is the football helmet, which you'll see is Cleveland Brown. And as time permits, it takes a little time to paint those and stuff. And I'm just opening the market up on that right now. Everything else, cleaned our hole out here in the back.
That's all for this week's News 6. Join us next time when St. John's Catholic School visits News 6.
Local support for News 6 has been provided by the Northwest Ohio Educational Technology Foundation, Bowling Green State University, and the members of WBGU-TV.